Hello, everyone. It has always been a great dream of mine to be a pop star and get to wear one of these little face microphones with the biggest mic thing possible. And today, I'm so pleased to announce that that dream has come true. And I'm a pop star. I've made it. I truly have made it. I hope this is as uncomfortable for you as it is for me. I'm gonna try to keep it close, like kind of away from my face. The room mic was just a little bit too much, like little too much echo. So we're gonna try to keep it like this. I have what some or many would consider a bountiful harvest here, and we're gonna talk about meal prep. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks, thanks for the super chats. One for the music and one for the mic. All right. Yeah, sorry about the delays, by the way, too. I was troubleshooting my M-Box from Berkeley, which no longer has drivers that are supported, which is bizarre. And then I just plugged the wireless mic pack into the side of the laptop, and it worked. So there you go. Here's what we're making today, everyone. I make this little meal prep quite a bit, and it's pretty easy to do, so I figured I'd make a CJB, little Cooking with Joey B episode about it, so that if you want to make it, you can too. It's chicken and pasta and veggies. It's nothing more. There's nothing simpler than that. It's just like you get a little bit of nutrients, you get a little bit of protein, and you get a little veggies. Sorry, a little pasta as a treat. Thank you, Eric, and thank you, Jay Hines. Oh yeah, and we're drinking the Voodoo Ranger IPA today. It's not a cooking with Joey B if there isn't some level of alcohol, and in keeping with the last two and only two episodes. One, I'm sorry, Charlie is not here with us today. He's in, he's very far away in a different state. But we're here today, so cheers, everyone. And I hope the drinking sounds are also very uncomfortable. So, no cooking partner today. It's just me. I had to make some meal prep, and I was like, I don't know. I got time and I got camera, so I can do stream. There's gonna be a lot of chopping. It's not gonna be. I don't know why people tune into these really, but I have fun doing them. So I guess let's just get started. I'm gonna put this chicken. Well, the chicken's the thing we're gonna do first. It shouldn't be too long. It shouldn't take a ton of time. We're gonna cut up the chicken first. I also think this mic is going to cut out at some point. It did it last time, too. We're going to cut up the chicken first. We're going to season it. We're going to put that in the oven to cook. And then while that's cooking, we're going to chop up all of these veggies. When the chicken is done, we're going to swap things out. And before we get started, I want to go over what I have. So I have 4 chicken breasts total. These are just boneless breasts. You could use ribs or whatever you wanted. But I've just got a little bit of protein. I got 3 peppers. Doesn't matter what the colors are, whatever you want. I got a couple little squash boys. These are nice. I got Brussels sprouts. Don't know why people hate on them so much, but they're really good, especially when you roast them. I have 3 jalapenos. I've been slowly ramping this up every time I make it. I did 1 jalapeno and then 2, and this is now doing 3. I think this is going to be too much. But if you spread it out among all of the meal prep, it's like the right amount for each meal. I've got a zucchini squash, which adds little or no flavor, but just is another thing for me to chop. I've got shredded carrots, which are going to go on top, and you could shred them yourself, but I always just buy the bag. I've got asparagus as well. All of these things need to be washed. This is the same table that I do my rocket launch streams from. I've got a sweet onion, and then we have 3 types of pasta, and later on I'm going to have the chat pick what type of pasta we use. But we have options, and I think let's just get started. So we're going to start with the chicken. I'm going to put some of these things back in the fridge, I think, just for now, because otherwise it's just going to be a mess. So let's take care of that. And then they'll need to be washed later on. Because Rona and food safety. Into the fridge you go. Fruits and veggies and peppers and other things. The onion does not need to go in the fridge. I just like putting them in the fridge. I get made fun of about that sometimes. Okay, so this is going to go over here. There's not a lot. Well, there's a lot of room in this kitchen until you add like a table and a bunch of other stuff. All right. That I don't use anymore. If I zoom in a little bit, how's that? That's not so bad. And then when I switch the view, oh, look at that. We got the chop cam, everybody. The chop cam. Give it up for the Joey B chops things camera. Right? How do my hands look on it? They look really purple in OBS, but they look kind of normal in the stream. All right. Can I whisper? Yes. Yes, I can whisper. You pay a price when you watch this stream. Sometimes it's a super chat, but most of the time it's just random, unpredictable ASMR. Okay, so we've got to chop up this chicken. I sharpened this knife, by the way, right before the stream. I don't know how good of a job I did. It looks kind of rough, TBH, but if this isn't sharp enough for some of the fruits and veggies, I've got other knives that'll work well. Okay, so first, let me wash my hands. Always a good idea. We're going to season the chicken quite a bit. Most of it is experimental based on what I like and what's worked in the past. But first, let me just get these chickadees out of here. Here's one. And two. So this is... Okay, I'm going to say something that's going to get me in a little bit of trouble. I might get canceled. Food is a utility for me. I view food as a means to an end. The means is food, the end is non-starvation. And so if I can get food that lets me not, that gets me the right nutrients, even if it isn't amazing tasting, that's all I need, man. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do 2 pieces for this guy. You can cut them up into whatever sizes you want. This guy's probably another 2. This guy could be 3 pieces as a treat. It really depends on like how many Tupperware you have, how much chicken you want. Oh, we're also going to preheat the oven. I'm going to go to 395. I should have done that earlier. This guy can be 2 pieces, and the last one can be 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now with all of these, I'm just going to get them kind of close together, and we're going to season them a bunch. We're going to make a big old mess, and then we're going to put them on a pan to cook. How am I doing so far? Is this an enjoyable cooking show? I haven't been reading the chat. Should probably pay closer attention to that. I bought pumpkin spice at the store today. Should we try putting that on the chicken? It feels like a very bad idea. I'm serious though. Look, I got pumpkin spice. It's right here. We could do it. Oh boy, is that gonna open? Oh, there we go. All right. Ooh, sriracha seasoning could be good. So, salt, maybe a little pepper. The paprika is the power move that no one thinks about. But the paprika is genuinely, it's where it's at. Let me get out a pan. Okay. And a little aluminum foil for the little chickadees to roast on. And this is going to make it real easy to go between the chicken and the veggies. Great. Yeah, I gotta pay more attention to this chat. Chicken. Carbonate the chicken. I love how Americans say aluminum. Thank you for all the super chats, everyone. Pumpkin spice chicken with carbonated milk. I have to make sure I don't miss any of these. You got me into rocketry. Thanks so much, The Gaming Banana. That's great news. Thanks, Eric. Joe, can you say hi to Kayla? Hi, Kayla. It sounds like you're probably watching, but hello. Eric is a wonderful man and is a big supporter of BPS. I owe him quite a bit. Jay Hines for the beer IPA, good. Thank you. And okay, I think I'm caught up now. All right. And by the way, the mods are doing a good job of making this clear, but basically, the rule is no spamming. There's not a lot of filtering or moderation in this chat, so if you abuse that, don't do it. Please don't do it. Thank you. All right. First up, let's get this salt on here. So I'm just gonna liberally apply it. Oh, we could do like a little bit of parsley too. I don't actually like the flavor of parsley. I just like the look of it. I just think it looks nice. So we'll get a little bit of that on there. What else? Ginger, sesame, ketchup seasoning, black sesame seed. How did I end up with all of this? There's one. What were the other things? Oh, I have garlic. I could put garlic on it. Well, let's just do these for now. Honestly, you can just keep it simple. Okay, so a little bit of pepper. This is just like, honestly, I'd like to get the fancier pepper, but I always forget it at the grocery store. So what are you gonna do? The paprika, as aforementioned, is the power move. Just a little bit on each one. I'm doing more than a little bit, but it's a total power move. You want to do it. And then, I haven't done this. Oh no, this smells bad. I was going to do sriracha seasoning, but I think that's kind of cursed. Okay. Now, onto the pan you go, upside down, you little chickadees. Here we go. And hopefully the oven is going to finish up soon. Okay. Here we go. Trying to keep a nice close eye on the audio. Oh my gosh, why is this so hard to move? Okay, there. I'm trying to keep a close eye on the audio on OBS because I have a feeling it's just going to cut out at some point. I just get that kind of vibe. All right, so once again, salt. A little salt. Okay, that's not going to happen, is it? A little pepper. That's more than a little bit. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. A little parsley, because it looks good. It's going to burn right off. Because at the end, I'm going to try a new thing where we're going to broil it a little bit. And then a little paprika. Perf. Okay. That's what I call not cursed. Maybe a little garlic as a treat, though. I bought this huge thing of garlic. I have big garlic energy sometimes, and I bought this huge thing of garlic. So I have to channel that into every meal until I use it all. Just big garlic energy, you know? So I'm going to try to get a little bit on each piece. And the best part about putting garlic on this chicken is if you don't have roommates and you're just streaming to the internet, they can't smell your breath after, so it's totally acceptable. Yes. There we go. Bless. Okay. Okay, so this is ready. Could probably do a little bit more to spread the garlic out, but this is like overall ready to go. And I'm hoping that the oven is going to beep at me soon. And until then, I'm not really sure what to do. Just keep talking into my super close microphone. Let's see. What else is going on? Garlic. Oh, we got one dislike. Don't overdo the seasoning. Oh, man. It's... You know, I gotta tell you what, even if I had seen that comment earlier, I'm not sure what I would have been able to obey it because of who I am as a person. Joe, did you ever fly your plane? The plane it has new landing gear. It has, I gotta stand so that the chat can see me. The plane has new landing gear. It has, I cleaned out the inside. I've crashed it several times at this point. So I crashed it once on stream, where it was a really nice setup. And then the first time I threw it, it went right into the ground. And I was like, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. And then I finally got it off the ground the next morning. It flew really, really well, but I didn't do a good job securing the battery. And obviously it's hard to confirm this type of thing, but it looks like the battery just disconnected in flight. We had a total power failure, no control at all. Control surfaces just locked in at the position they were in. And it luckily like spiraled pretty calmly to the ground, but it did cause a little bit of damage. So I fixed the damage. We've got new landing gear, new everything, and I'm trying to just keep setting the plane up for success until I stop messing stuff up. So hopefully, maybe late this week, I don't know, I'll be able to fly it again. Joey, do you cook a feast like this every day? Definitely not. Definitely not. No. Well, and the deal with the meal prep is that this is going to make, I try to do one of these little chickens per meal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It hopefully should be 10 meals or so. Oh, okay, that's our oven. Great. So let's just put this bad boy in here, and then we can start chopping veggies. All right, so he's going to go in there for 20 minutes. You know what? We're gonna give him 25 as a treat. Okay, 25 minutes, and then I gotta wash this cutting board off. I've had to sneeze so bad for like 10 minutes. Hold on. I hope that's not in the in the mic. All right. Chazzy Mac, you should carbonate coffee to go with your dinner. I just finished the last of my coffee. I'm so sorry. I would have to make more. And I'm afraid that's not in the schedule. That's so in the mic. Okay. Put water on it. Uh-oh. Well, it's too late now. That's how ovens work. Once you close them, you're not allowed to open them ever again. Let me wash this off really quick, and then let's start chopping veggies. Just washing dishes with the microphone on, and like 160 people watching, even though they can't see me, but they can hear me. This is is my song. This is my song. I sing it all day, every day long. All right. This is wet, but it's done. And now I get the knife. Try to get all the chicken juice off of it. Hopefully I did a good job sharpening it. We are about to find out if that is the case. Okay. Did people like my song? Okay. First up, let's get the peppers because they're real easy. Those are just like low-hanging fruit, except it's veggies. All right, so you turn this. This is a, by the way, just to show people what we're doing here, this is a car mount. That's a suction cup car mount on there. And it works pretty well. It's just on like the hood of the oven. Okay, so you can still see me here. Great. Take the sticker off. Now I have to race the clock. I only have 22 minutes left to get these things chopped up. So I'm going to go really fast with the chopping. Which is never a bad idea. Always a really good idea to chop super fast. And then I can explain what I'm doing after this. Okay, so first, the peppers. I never know how to cut them, really. I just kind of guess. I'm not a professional cook, but I do have a show, which means I probably am a professional cook. Oh, that's stuck. That's nice. Okay, the sharpening worked, which is great news. So I'm going to take the center, I'm going to toss it out. We don't need it. I'm not going to worry too much about the other stuff. We're going to take these two halves. I'm going to cut them up. Oh yeah, the sharpening really worked. This is nice. Okay, we're going to cut them up into like half bite-sized pieces. Yeah, there we go. And then they're all going in that bowl. And then the other half is going to go in the other bowl. And this will become clear as to why we do this later down the road. Cool. Okay. And the yellow one. Okay. Now, 1, 2, just lots of chopping here. Try to get that last one. So, okay, you know what? I can just explain what we're doing now. I'm going to chop up these veggies. That's probably good enough. I'm going to chop up all of these veggies and separate them into equal amounts in 2 different bowls because we're going to use 2 pans to roast them. There are so many veggies, you can't do it all in one pan, at least in these quantities. So I'm trying to keep everything relatively even, and it's pretty easy to do if you just cut the fruits or veggies in half and then go by that. Okay, there's 2 peppers. Let's get the green one. The chat has anxiety about the knife. I will make sure to try my best to not cut myself, and if I do, I will make sure to show it so that everyone gets to see. This is a huge pepper, man. Tell you what, there ain't nothing naturally occurring about this, the size of this lad. This absolute unit. Okay. There we go. And then down the middle. 1, 2, 3. Man, these are huge. Man, I gotta get real with you. Cooking with Joey B is fun, but it's more fun when there are other people to cook with. That might seem obvious. And I did figure it, but this is now the proof. It's more fun with other people. All right, what next? How about the asparagus? Nathan's recommending cut-resistant gloves. Probably not a bad idea. If someone wants to email me an Amazon link, I can buy some. If you can just get me a good link. Trying to get all of this crap off of here. Okay, here we go. Let's wash these. Trying to not get COVID by asparagus, you know. Asparagi, maybe? Is that the right term? Okay, so this one's going to be a little harder. So we're going to cut off that. And cut off 2. And then I might be able to get... Yeah, I'll get just a little bit more, and then I'm not going to use the butt ends here. And then I'm just going to mix these up. These ones you can't as easily separate here. So I'll just mix them up. To 2 different piles. And that's probably about right. So I'll take these piles, put them in the bowls, and then these bowls are full, so I'll need some new ones. Okay, those are done. Let's get some new bowls, and let's chop some new veggies. For the gloves, thank you so much. Oh boy. What else do we have to cut here? We've got couple little squash boys. Why don't we get the squash boys and the cucumber, zucchini, squash, whatever it is. It's a zucchini squash. That's what it is. Now the squash boys are so tiny. I usually feel like they're bigger, but they're just really small. Maybe they're just out of season or something. I don't know how squash is grown, but I imagine it's a fall thing. Cut the butt ends off. Don't need that. Don't need these. And then each one of these is going to go into one bowl. So we'll just get tiny little slices. You can go as thin or as thick as you'd like. Thick with multiple C's. And then sometimes for the larger pieces, I'll stack them up and then just go down the middle so they're not so large and they're more bite-sized. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, Whoops. 3. And then the last slice I kind of leave pretty thick so I don't get too close to the old digits. Down the middle, in the bowl. And we've got 14 minutes on the clock. I can beat that. That'll work. Okay, now we've got our zucchini squash boy here. One. Ooh, he's thick. Yeah, boy. I'm going to cut him in half, and then we'll just do one side at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, they're hard to cut. They really want to stick to it. There we go. And then these ones, as a treat, I'm going to cut up into 4. 1, 2, bam. You know what else I really want to do on Cooking with Joey B? Is breakfast sushi. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I got a couple ideas that I want to run by everyone. It might be another solo Cooking with Joey B, but I want breakfast sushi, and here's how I want to do it. It's probably cultural appropriation, but it's sushi, but all of the ingredients are just breakfast food. So it's I get bacon, eggs. It's like American breakfast food, so it's like basically candy. Bacon, eggs. What else? You could do like grits or something. You could put a little toast in there. I would do gluten-free toast because your boy can't do gluten. And then, really, where I think the breakfast sushi shines, you could do mimosas with it. And then where the breakfast sushi shines is with the soy sauce, which is actually going to be coffee. Because it's going to look about right for soy sauce, but you're going to dip it in it, and you just dip the breakfast in a little bit of coffee. You could also do maple syrup. Okay. What else do we have to put in these bowls? We've got jalapenos. Why don't we do those next? And then carrots. Oh, the Brussels boys. Little Brussels sprouts. Maybe let's do those next. Shoot, and we have an onion. Oh, boy. Okay, hold on. My mic pack has come off. Sorry, everyone. It's because I'm a pop star that I have a mic pack. It's because I'm a pop star. That's why I have a mic pack, because I sing pop music, because I'm a pop star. All right. It's all I've ever wanted to be. Yeah, so let's get the Brussels boys first. I'm going to wash all these. Or mostly, I'm just rinsing them. There we go. One, and then another little handful here. People hate on the Brussels sprouts, and I don't understand why. Because they're real good when you roast them, and they get a little crispy around the edges, and they're real pretty. They got that nice, like, onion, but doesn't taste like garbage kind of vibe. Looks like onion, tastes like not. I'm just going to go 3 at a time here. Go down the line. Yeah, I guess you could leave them together, but I think they'll cook better if they're opened up a little bit. Again, I mean, I'm not a food guy. Food is a utility for me. I just know that this will get me nutrients, and so far I've had, like, decent success with this meal. Okay, and then this bowl is going to be full. Oh, I guess, we could probably fit the jalapenos on top. Here we go. And, excuse me, right into the mic. Whoops. There goes a Brussels sprout into the sink. I kind of trust my sink, but not enough to fish out the Brussels sprout and be like, I would be cool putting this in my mouth. Oh, and there goes one on the floor. All right, we've got 8 minutes on the clock. Running it down. And then I might take a look at the chicken before we hit 8 minutes. Maybe after these Brussels sprouts, I'm going to take a look at that chicken, see how it fares, and depending on that, I kind of want to... So the problem with roasting the chicken like this is that it doesn't get... There are two ways I've done this. One of the ways is you take the chicken and then you leave all the pieces in a hot pan for no more than 5 minutes. Certainly not enough to cook it, but enough to give it a little char. And I like a little char on the chicken. And then I toss it in a slow cooker for like 6 hours. All the little chickadees go in a slow cooker for like 6 hours. That has gotten me a lot of success, but the process is a lot longer. And so I like roasting them. I just wish I could get the char. So today, I'm going to try turning on the broil for the last part of cooking the chicken. And I might just do it now. We'll see. I'll figure it out. We'll see if the chat thinks it's a good idea. Joe, what temp for the chicken and how long? Oh, they fogged up the camera. Whoops. The chicken... Bananas are technically batteries. The chicken is going in at 395 and for 25 minutes. It should be fine. And I check all my meats with a meat thermometer afterward. So if it's not fine, we'll put it back in. Oh my god, the onion. We got to do that. The onion is important. We might need another bowl. Okay, I got to get all the little flaky boys off the onion here. Peeling an onion is the most annoying task. Like, I wish all the layers would come off at once. And for whatever reason, this one is like particularly hard. ASMR, Joey B peels an onion. Joey B procrastinates setting up telemetry logging in his flight software by peeling onions. ASMR. Real, not clickbait. You won't believe what happens. Okay, that's enough. I'm only going to use half of this thing anyway. Okay, here we go. You know what? I can probably make this work with the bowls we have. So I'm going to cut half of it. I don't want a ton of onion, TBH. To be honest, I don't want like a ton of onion. I want a little bit. Okay. We're going to try to keep this clean. I always have a little bit of trouble with it, though. Oof. Okay. And then let's go down. And then this will be the last one. Perfect. Wow, I got it. Okay, great. Just going to try to break these all up. They want to stick together when you cut them like this. How's the mic going? Everyone loving the mic? Get all those breath sounds. Get some nice gulps when I take a sip of beer. Inevitably, when I go to the bathroom, the mic will be hot. It'll be great. Okay. That's enough for now. They'll all separate later. So we're going to chop these and separate these into 2 piles. This guy's going here. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That'll work. The bowls just need to hold the ingredients. They don't need to hold it really well. And there's the eyes. There's the... Yep. Oof. Even with my fake glasses that I put on so that people will stop calling me Elon Musk, I still get the onions. Okay, let's get the jalapenos really quick. We've got 2 minutes on the clock. We're going to get all 3 jalapenos. I'm going to take this and this. Goodbye. We're going to cut off the ends. Goodbye. Right, so last time I used 2, and it was okay, but I felt as though I could go a little harder. So today we're doing 3. And we'll see how that works out for me. Ooh. Them seeds be going everywhere. Okay, one more. And then we'll just do the thing where we separate it into 2 piles. I'm going to give it just a little chop. So get lots of pieces. Get that spice nice and spread out. Okay, great. And here we go. We've got our 2 piles. One of them is going to go here. I'm going to try to keep things from spilling over. Ah! Okay. Chicken is done pretty much right on time. Okay, and this can just go in here. Okay, let me wash my hands. I know, buddy. I know. You're done. Okay, thank you. Thanks. This is a lot of food, Joe. Yes, it is. It's a meal prep. I'm not eating all of this at once. I'm eating all of this over the course of like a week. Okay, so we got our meat thermometer. And let's see how we did. Oh, right in the eyes. All right, so chicken be looking extra thick. And now we need to see how I did. Honestly, I'd be okay with the chicken just staying like this without the broil. I'm going to pick this piece, go nice and thick, and let's just see. $40, $160. Okay, It's definitely past 165. I'm going to put it back in for like 5 more minutes. Your boy does not mess around with undercooking meat. I'm the jerk who, at the nice restaurant, wants his steak well done. And it's actually because I just can't digest meat that well if it is not well done. Okay, so now we're going to go, we're on bake, start, broil, start. And we're just going to try to char the tops of it. Joe, no. Everyone is wrong about something. Yeah, so honestly, I have been blessed in many ways with many things. And one of the things that I have not been blessed by is a digestive system that can handle a whole lot. So your boy, that's part of why I think food is a utility, because for me, oftentimes food is like a scary thing, because it's like, is this going to ruin my night? Who knows? We'll find out. So I just eat super simple stuff and get my meat well done. I'm that guy, man. I'm that guy. Did I tenderize the meat? No. We are learning so much about Joey's intestines tonight. Oh boy. All right, so we're going to leave that in for a few minutes. The only other thing that we need, I guess we could prep one half. Why don't we do this? Let's prep one half of the veggies. Let me show you what's about to happen here. I promise the pan is clean. It's just old. You don't need to have a super fancy pan. So, ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, here's how this works. You take your veggies and you get the guy in the thing. And then you take your other veggies and then you do this guy in the thing. There it is. This is too much for one pan. The problem with doing so much at once is that I can't fit more than 3 pans in my thing. So, like, not all of these are going to get cooked. I promise, again, it's just like, I just need to roast the crap out of these veggies. That's all I'm really looking for here. And this is what's going to end up happening with the other side. With the other pan, which is currently being used to hold my chickens. My precious little chickens. This kitchen is a mess. The mark of a good stream is when, at the end of it, everything is everywhere. I actually think that's true. For like PCB streams and stuff, whenever I end the stream and I'm like, this is a disaster zone, usually that's a good stream. Okay, so now you're going to carrot AF in here. Get carrot AF. And we're gonna make a little bit of a mess. But I want to use the whole bag, because like I got the whole bag. Why not try to use it? Okay. Now, for the seasoning. Here's how we do. Oh, you want to know a fun tip? My girlfriend taught me this. So I buy the fancy olive oil, or that's what it looks like, right? I've got the fancy California. It's the glass bottle. It's like, oh man, all right, oof, okay. But this is cheap olive oil, because what I do is your boy gets absolutely stocked with the Bertolli olive oil, and then when the fancy bottle runs low, you just refill it. Okay, so olive oil. Okay. The glass bottle. Damn, the glass bottle. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get pretty liberal with the olive oil here. I am also slightly concerned about. Yeah, that's getting really hot. The oven like vents above here, so we're just gonna play that safe. In terms of seasoning, I'm gonna put more garlic on here. I should check on the chicken. Oh, it's working. I think it is, at least. God, it's so hard to open. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, chunk. Lots of garlic. Quarantine, baby. Garlic everywhere. Because who's going to smell it? I love that mic, Joe. Don't you love it, Charlie? I'm pop star Joey B. I could dance, I could sing, and the mic would never come off. It was like, I think it was like $15 on Amazon. It was the wireless pack, and then this little receiver. Oh, you can't see that from this view. Here. It's the wireless pack, and then this little receiver guy. And I don't expect much from it, but it's already exceeding my expectations. Okay. You could do more with the seasoning here. You know what I might do? In order to just destroy things a little bit more, let's get some red pepper flakes on there. Maybe one day we'll do a cursed cooking with Joey B, and at this stage I'll add the pumpkin spice. I could do it. It's here. There's no one stopping me. I just have to open it. Oh, ouch. Bent my fingernail back. You think that's a sign? I just want to see what it smells like. That's all. And then I'll put it away. Oh, why do they make this so hard to open? Oh, ooh. That smells really good. Oh. Ooh. Okay. No pumpkin spice today. You want to smell? Here, have a whiff. Take a whiff of that. All right, we're done with this. I don't need any salt on here. I don't need any pepper. I could do parsley, but like, what's the point? And then you take your hands and you just go to town. Everyone needs to get to know each other, and you have to facilitate that. We all have to become friends on this pan, and it's your job as the chef to make sure that happens. You're like the group leader in this group activity of getting roasted. It's a bizarre way to describe that. Okay, great. Look at this. Look at this like vegetable medley. Can I get a yes, chef? Did you wash your hands yet? I am not OCD, and I don't really think it's that funny to joke about it, but my behavior with washing my hands borders on it. Okay, but let's talk about this chicken. Oh, it's happening, everyone. It's happening. Okay, so now we're going to go to bake. Thank you. Thanks, oven. We're going to go to bake. I'm going to set it back to 350 or so. I'm sorry about the camera fog. I'll have to build some windshield wipers or something. Okay. Chicken comes out. Chicky boy, he come out now. Because he done. Oh, okay. You know, the broil... So, it worked in some ways, and in other ways, it worked less good. Some of this chicken is like truly deeply burnt, which was not the target vibe. Let's check this piece. It should get like real hot now. 160, 170. Oh yeah, no, we're good. These are cooked. This is great. Food Safety Joey B says, always check the temperature of your meats. Don't be getting them meat sweats. That's Food Safety Joey B. All right. Now, this is untenable. We need to do a little cleaning, and here's how this is going to happen. These boys need to cool off. We're going to get out the meal prep jars. Once they cooled off, we're going to put them in the meal prep jars. Then we're going to use the pan to put the other veggies on. We're going to put both veggies in the oven. While they're in the oven, we're going to cook the pasta. And then ideally, we're going to try to time it so the pasta is done about 2 minutes before the veggies, so we have time to strain the pasta, put it in the meal prep jars, take the veggies out, put them in the meal prep jars, and that's the meal. That's it. That's the meme. All right. Knees weak, arms spaghetti. Joey's meal prep is ready. Okay. It's getting out of hand. Yes, so we need to do a little cleanup. The best way to be... Oh, boy. I don't know this for a fact, but I feel like the best chefs and the best engineers and the best makers clean as they go. I don't, because it's way more fun to make a mess, but I feel like that's the power move, is try to clean as you go. So we're going to sort of do that by cleaning in like an update step. It's the common filter. Like we have all the prediction steps, and then we got to do an update at some point. So this is our update step. Okay, this is gone. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Meal prep jars. You go there. And they're here. These I got off of Amazon.com. I got, actually, Jeff Bezos himself sent these to me. And they're like little glass jars. And they're awesome. They're so nice. I probably paid $20 for them or something, maybe 30. And then we're just going to scale the amount of Tupperware we need for this. I have a lot of Tupperware. Jeff. Jared, I'm afraid the Insta DMs did not finally pay off. I'm so bummed to tell you that. Okay, so boy, I don't need to use these. I bought these I don't have any other tongs. I just have these like deep fry pair of tongs that I bought at the grocery store the other day. So I'm going to use these because I haven't gotten to use them yet. So we're going to just do one chicken in each one. It's a tiny amount of protein. I mean, this is pitiful. I might do 2 in this one. This is... Here's what I'll do. I'll do 2 in here. And then, you know what I can do? I've got one more. Yes! Can I get a yes, chef? And then these can be like the surplus bins. And now, here's the power move, folks. If you're cooking along at home, I hope that you have used aluminum on this, because now you can take this off. I'm sorry, I got to say this the right way. Aluminum. Because now this is ready for veggies, right? Oh my God, you couldn't even see that. Sorry. This is ready for veggies. Okay, here we go. Veggie time. Boom. Boom. There we go. We're going to get these shredded carrots on here. Just put them all on there. We're using the whole pack. Do we need anything else here? We need some olive oil. Yep, that's plenty. We need some red pepper flakes to try and match. Y'all, do you know we have dropped 0 frames? Dang. Your boy is killing it. About to jinx the heck out of it, though. Okay, and then generous amounts of garlic. And now we're done with that. Okay, and then we have to do the same thing as last time. We got to get everyone to know each other. They got to all become friends. So here we go. We're just making friends. All these veggies. They got to learn everyone's last name. They got to figure out when their birthday is. Everything that you do for a friend. All these veggies got to be friends. And it's okay if they're not perfect friends. But they got to know each other, you know. Okay. Here we go. So these are going in the oven now. They're going in at 350, and we're going to give them 20 minutes. And we might pull them out at 19 or 18. It really depends. Like sometimes it just works out that 19 or 18 is all it takes. But this is a lot of veggies, so this may go for the full 20. And I used to do it at like 375. But 375 will start to burn your carrots into smaller pieces. Excuse me. And that's no good. No one wants that. Whew! Okay, so now, next step, folks. Next step. We're not done yet, right? This is a dynamic process. I'm going to turn this burner on, and we're going to cook some pasta. Now, we have some decisions to make, but not immediately. So stay tuned. Hold on. That's probably enough. Okay, so let's get this to a boil. And now, come with me to the table. My goodness, Chris Kibb, thanks for making me hungry again. Chris, thank you so much for the super chats. That's very generous for a cooking show in a sad, strange man's kitchen. Not that sad. Okay, well, we'll watch the water boil while we talk about what's going on here. You gotta zoom out just a little bit as a treat. Okay. So, we're almost out of beer. And now we are. Here's the deal, fellas and ladies and everyone. I have 3 types of pasta. We have, we'll sandwich them so they look a little prettier. We have the illustrious, the always excellent elbows. Elbows, everyone. We have the classic, the go-to, penne. Penne, everyone. And then we have the a little crazy, a little wild, a little fun, some rotini. What do we pick? What are we making today? I'm going to make a whole box of whatever. They're all gluten-free pastas. By the way, as people are use all the pasta. I'm not doing that. As people are putting in their votes, let me just say, Berea, if you ever want to sponsor this disaster of a live show, more than anything in this world, including my own family, I love your pasta. The gluten-free pasta is incredibly close to real pasta. I can't eat real pasta. It doesn't work with my stomach. The gluten-free stuff makes me feel like, hey, I'm eating real pasta. It's amazing. Great job, basically. Okay, rotini, elbow, straw pull. That's what we need. We need to do a straw pull, and we got to do it quickly because that water's going to boil. Straw pull. Man, I like cooking with Joey B. It's a good vibe here today. Thanks everyone for being here. What type of pasta should I use? Rotini. No, let's do in the order I said them. Elbow, penne, rotini. Create poll. So here's the poll, everyone. I'm going to put it in the chat. Please click on that link. There are like 200 something of you now, which is bizarre, but pasta. Excellent, Charlie. Excellent. Pasta selection is now critical path. Very nice. I'm trying to learn the term critical path and understand what it means. I'm doing a terrible job, but I'm like actively choosing to do a terrible job at it. So pasta is critical path. Please vote in this poll. I will not vote. I will only look at the results. There's a winner right now. I won't say what it is. Just vote your conscience. Vote what you would pick. And don't take too long because this water is starting to make noise. Okay. We've got 41 votes. Come on, you gotta vote. Here, I'll put the link in a couple more times. Here we go. I'm gonna spam my own chat. 43 votes. We need a very strong consensus. Right now, not much of the population is voting, so we may not have accurate representation of the demographic in our community here. This is essentially gerrymandering, but with pasta. I know politics. No, I don't. What do I like? I have a preference, but I'm not going to tell you. I abide by the chat. Not voting is not a vote here. Pasta mantering. We have a winner. We have a leader, but it's not a clear leader. Your vote counts. I've played the electoral college game before, where everyone votes and then I veto and say I have the only electoral vote. All right, we have at 55 votes. It doesn't seem like we're going to get much better than this. We have a clear winner that has been leading the entire time, so we're going to assume that 55 votes is the demographic we're going for. And I will tell you, it's rotini with penne in second and elbow in third. And this is great news because rotini is my favorite type of pasta. And I have to start now because the pasta water is boiling. Here we go. Okay, all the pasta. Goodbye. And I guess I can just sit here. I don't care about covering it. But we do need a spoon type thing. Great, very nice. Hey Siri, set a timer for 8 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 8 minutes.
Did I get it right? Ooh, 8 to 9 minutes. Nice. Okay, cool. I just guessed. Although, if we're gonna be real, I make this pasta enough that a guess is probably gonna be right. Okay, that's good. Now let me get the colander out so that we're prepared. I was not a Boy Scout for very long, but when I was, rule number 1 was always be prepared. Okay, our colander is ready. We've got... Oh my god, we didn't time the veggies. Oh, shoot. Okay, guess who is glad that he streamed? Because I can look on the stream to see how long ago I put the veggies in the oven. Oh boy, this is a power move. To see how on the stream. Oh jeez. You gotta all set it. Okay, going to my Okay, that was about 8 minutes ago. So I need a timer for 12 minutes. Okay, great. Multi-timer. Okay, great. It's the weirdest sounding stream, man. All right, so we got 8 minutes on the pasta clock, 12 minutes on the other clock. We're doing really well for time. The veggies, they're looking good. They're making a little bit of noise. Celsius or Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit, because we're in the U.S. and whoever makes the rules in the U.S. was like, that's what I want. So we do that, I guess. See if I can get a nice view of the pasta boiling. Not that there's anything like incredibly photogenic about it, but anyway. I gotta go bail and build rockets, but happy cooking. See ya, Charlie. Thanks for joining. I was a scout in MA, Nathan. I don't remember what troop I was. Yeah, I don't want to give too many details about it, I guess. Mostly for, like, personal security reasons, but I don't think... I don't know. I was a scout for, I don't know, it was probably like 4 years when I was a kid, and I probably left... I don't know why I left. I think I just was like, I don't care about this. When I was in 5th grade, maybe? Sometime around then. Kind of hungry, man. Mind if I come over for dinner? Yeah, T-Rex. Sure, my address. It's, that wooden spoon hanging over the pot is making me nervous. I mean, I don't mind resting it on the pot. Gives it character. See these burn marks? Gives it character. One Rocket Road, Hawthorne, California. You ever go to any summer camps? Yeah, I went to Nonesuch in Natick. That was an awesome camp. I was a CIT there for like the last year, maybe 2 years. I tried to get a job there, and they didn't accept my application. But it's a really nice camp. It's like a fun summer camp. They've got a lake. They've got some sailboats. I learned to sail there. Camp Squanto down in Plymouth. Okay, nice. Yeah. Have I ever been to SpaceX HQ? I went once in 2015, like really early 2015. And I've tried so many times to go back, and I can never line it up when I'm in LA. So I'll have to just stick with that. I've gained like 3 Twitter followers in 2 days, and my serotonin levels are through the roof. I guess let's get some more questions. We got probably a couple more minutes on this. We got 3 more minutes. What can I do in 3 minutes? I can probably grab another beer. That's what I can do. As a treat. Oh, you know who we could bring? Let's bring Bo Jarnard out. It's my little man here. It's my little boy. There we go. Say hello, Bo. Okay. Pasta's cooking. Bo Jarnard is my little succulent plant that I let Twitter name. He's doing very well. Watered him today. I sort of feel out, when the soil is dry. I try to use the sign to hold him up because he's starting to lean over. Does anyone know? How do I get him to? He's not growing thicker. He just wants to grow taller. Do I give him like a pole to wrap around? Anyway, Joey Murphy, who I think goes to MIT, named him. He had the most upvoted thing on Twitter, so I respected that and gave it a name. A stick. I got some like wooden rods that could work. Tall stick. Bo is adorable. He is, man. He's my son. Just chilling on the stream, talking to a plant, boiling some pasta, roasting some veggies with my son, Bo Jarnard. All right, give Bo some beer. No, he's not old enough for that. He's not even a year old. That's not going to be good for Bo. All right, the veggies could go a little longer. The clock says about a minute left. We're going to give it a minute. We're going to wait 20 seconds. Oh, wait, is the clock for the pasta? The clock's for the pasta. Okay, and the pasta is definitely done. Let me take a little peep here. The pasta is past done. Shouldn't have left it like that. They say 8 minutes, but it always works better if I go a little earlier for me. And not even just because I'm hungry. Just like the pasta comes out a little firmer. I think especially with gluten-free, if you go too far, it just like you start playing it a little close to the chest. Okay, thanks Siri. Hey Siri, stop my timer. Okay, well, it was. That's why I said stop. Jeez, Siri. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna give this just a little bit of oil and a little bit of salt. Okay. Mix it around. Beautiful. And now, whoops, sorry everyone. Now I'm going to take this feast and transfer it to, here we go. Hold on, I got to adjust this screen. Okay, right, we got to transfer this to the bowls. So I'm just going to guess. There's no right answer for how much to do. We're just going to do a little bit for each one. I think better to do just a tiny amount for each one. And then if we have some extra, we can add it. But I'm not trying to eat like huge meals, you feel? And there we go. Okay, all set there. Pasta's done. Very nice. Boy, I wonder if the lighting is better if I let it. Oh yeah, the lighting's a little better there. I gotta fix my under cabinet lighting. There's like 4 out of 5 fluorescent bulbs are just burned out. All right, we have 4 minutes left on the veggies. Ooh, we're not gonna let it run out that clock. It's getting pretty thick, TBH. Excuse me. Oh, well, can probably go lower with this. How long have we been going here? Hour 30 minutes? Hour 20 minutes? Matt. Bo Jarnard is too young for beer, but clearly not too young for pot. You know, so here's the thing. I'm not that hungry. So, like, I'm just going to put these things in the meal prep things, but maybe we can just hang out for a little bit after. What are you having with the pasta? No sauce or anything? So sometimes what I'll do when I heat up the meal prep, I'll put like a tiny bit of cheddar cheese on it when I heat it up. That's kind of nice. Not a lot of sauce. Okay, SP. Golf. No, I mostly just want to like hang out. I'm not trying to spend more time on the computer. I did a lot of like code stuff today. Trying to like just have a little Joey B time, you know? Did you put salt into the pasta when cooking? I don't do salt in the water. I know a lot of people do. I have never found that to like make a noticeable difference. Michael, I am prepping for about a week. I just love the idea of like I can go in the fridge, pull something out, put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Oh, I waited too long. Oh boy. Okay. Hold on. Your boy waited a little bit too long. Shoot. These are going to be... Oh, no, they're okay. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's give it a little longer. Uh-oh, I stopped the oven. Oh, no. Wow. God. Kitchen timer. 2 more minutes. Okay. What was I saying before? Broil, broil, broil? No, I don't want to broil. Who knows? Oh, yeah, it was the meal prep thing. I love the idea that I could go into my fridge, bring something out, cook it in the microwave for 3 minutes. It's not going to be that bad for me. It's not going to be a bunch of processed, super processed food or whatever. It might not taste like... I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It just might not be the most wonderful food in the world. And I don't need that. Danny Gonzalez, Drew Gooden... Cody Ko's cool. I don't watch him as much, but all those folks are cool. Scott Manley, Everyday Astronaut. You know who I found recently was I think is Jonathan Katz Moses. I've been really into and Pash Makes, a couple of woodworking channels. I really love those. It's just some of them have it figured out, which is just like shoot some beautiful footage of woodworking. Oh, the mic died. Nathan, I'm halfway through Destin's video on sea turtles. It's a bit of a beast to watch the whole thing. So I'm about halfway through, and I intend to finish it. Maybe check the mic battery. That battery's good. Okay, that needs more time. Yeah, so to repeat the channels, I don't know, like Drew Gooden, a lot of those channels. I really like Drew. Every now and then he does a video. Who's that guy? Scott Kramer is great. Okay, thanks. feel like I don't want to let it sit in there too much longer, and I'm going to forget if I don't do it. Quispy. Oh, shoot, Joshua Weissman. Yeah, Quispy. I like Joshua Weissman's videos. Okay, we're done with the veggies. Ah, fuck. Ah, the heat. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. All right, I know. I'm aware. Thank you. Oh boy. Look at these. Nice roasted veggies. Looking thick. We're going to let those cool for a little bit. Joey almost said a bad word. I've sworn like once or twice on the internet. Sometimes when I get mad, I do it. But now there's no reason. I got nice veggies and we're just hanging out. Just you and me and 280 of my closest friends. Need some windshield wipers. That is true. What beer are you drinking? This is the Voodoo Ranger oh my god. Voodoo Ranger IPA. I like it. Have you heard of Flight Test? I do like Flight Test. I don't watch all of their videos, but I like Flight Test. They've been, so helpful to so many people. Oh man, you know who I really love is RC Flight Test? RC Test Flight. I also used to, I still do. I love Jenna Marbles. So I have part of the reason I'm going to say a bad word. Cover your ears. Part of the reason I shitpost so much on this channel is I super miss the OG YouTube vibe. And Jenna Marbles so successfully held on to that, which is just she's going to do whatever the hell she wants, and she's going to make a video of it. And that's it. And so the same thing with RC Test Flight. Like, some of them seem like, maybe they're going for the clickbait. He's going for the clickbait thing. But, I don't know. Daniel seems like just a really chill guy who, he's just going to do cool stuff and show you about it. William Osmond's great, too. Tom Stanton. I'm sorry. I'm missing so many people. There's a lot of YouTube channels I like. But does anyone agree? I just feel like the OG YouTube stuff before it was let's try to monetize this, or even my stuff isn't even the BPS space stuff is pretty polished. I just like the idea of I'm going to upload whatever I want, whenever I want. And if you like it, that's great. And if you don't, who cares? It's just my channel. 2010 YouTube. That Jared Bass guy is pretty good at Twitter. Let me give a plug to Jared Bass, who has been the MVP behind the scenes at BPS merch and otherwise. Merch and Jared Bass, BPS merch and CFD Industries Incorporated. Thank you, Jared. Name some more channels. Let's get some more channels in here. When is Sprint? I think you mean Flight 9. When is it going to be out? I need to get that out to patrons first. I meant to get the raw footage out today, and it's 8:05. I don't know. I can probably get the raw footage done late tonight and upload it tomorrow. Sprint Flight 9 has to come out soon, though, because in Sprint Flight 9, I announce when we're going to do the Flight 10 1 kilometer shot. Excuse me. Oh, Peter Sreeple. Yep. Michael Reeves, Vintage Space, AVE. Oh, man. This Old Tony, too. That's another channel that just is consistently excellent content. Tom Scott. Well, now we're just hanging out, everyone. That's just what's going on. Just you and me. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to wait for these veggies to cool just a little bit more. It makes it a lot nicer when I can handle them with my hands rather than try and do it all with a mitt on. Winter Garden's great. Just chilling. Just hanging out. I need things to talk about, though. I need topic suggestions. Oh God, Brayden. How many kids do you reckon are trying TVC rockets? A lot. I think it's a good thing. I still need to make a safety video. There's a big problem with that. Most of it is great, and the intention behind all of it is great. But I need to make a video on safety. Both addressing my own safety faults and not directly, but suggesting corrections to the faults of others. Sam Shepard. Yeah, man. I didn't. I only talked with him like once or twice. I messaged him on Facebook once and we chatted a little bit. But man, that is like the saddest thing. His videos were great. Talk about your opinions on Florida, the state. Honestly, I don't have that many. I have one opinion on Florida, and it's, what the hell is going on with your tolls, man? I drove down to Florida for NARCon 2019. It was like a 13-hour drive. I don't have cash on my car because it's 2020. Even when it was 2019, I don't have cash in my car. I do now because of this incident. But your tolls, Florida, are so expensive and so prevalent and so frequent that you drained me of cash. And so I got a ticket, or not a ticket, but I got a thing when I drove through the toll that said you have to now mail in $4 to the state of Florida. And I can't remember if I paid it immediately or if they then mailed me. Because they get your plate, right? Like that's, it's coming. And I must have not paid it, and I think they got my plate and they mailed me a thing that said, hey, you still owe us $4. And it drives me up the wall, the idea that like someone has to spend the time processing that. And it's on the whole, total loss of money. Like, whatever that person is making, I think they're not making up the $4. Anyway, whatever. Matt, I moved from MA to Florida. Matt, where in Massachusetts? I lived in Brighton for a long time. Or not that long. I lived in Brighton for a few years. I lived in Back Bay for a while. My parents lived out in the suburbs. Have I seen Peter Sripol? Yep. Oh, yeah, the mask stuff. Nathan has a great opinion. Florida is currently a state. Just hanging out. All right, it's probably time to scoop these veggies into the things. What do we think? How are we gaining viewers? Like, I'm not doing anything. Oh, yeah, Tucker Gott. His stuff is cool, too. All the paramotor stuff, right? I'm getting tired. I've been waking up at 6:30 just to be more productive and for like, I don't know, just get more done in the morning. I like the morning light. But boy, my body has not adjusted to it yet. Joey, what other things have you made with your Nomad? Not too much right now. I have a bunch of titanium chunks from Charlie Garcia, and I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you what I'm making with them or going to attempt to. I don't think it's going to be successful, but we'll see. Project Air is good too. Joe, the veggies are getting too cool. Are they? Ooh, I can handle it now. Okay, great. So this is what I wanted. I can touch it, and it's not a problem. The Winter Garden marble machine is incredible. What does your daily routine look like? It changes so much. It's just whatever needs to be done. Today, I spent a lot of time on the Kalman filter. I found a timing error. I then brought my drone out to a park. I stuck basically the top half of Sprint, like the nose cone and the flight computer, and a sacrificial body tube on the UAV where Echo used to attach to. I sent it up to like 200 feet and back down a couple of times. If you're a Discord member or a patron, you can see the data in test data. And I verified that the Kalman filter works, so that's good. Next up on the to-do list, maybe tonight I have to edit the processing sketch for the telemetry stuff. I wanted to beam down just a little bit more telemetry. I lowered the bandwidth so that we can get more data points in there, and it glitches less. I don't know, man. I do whatever I have to do. Have I tried carbonating coffee? Not yet. Are you still working on Sprite? I would like to do more flights of Sprite, but right now, and it's fine. Here, I'll show you, because it hasn't been on video in a long time. Wow, it's lighter than I remember. Sprite is doing well. It's just chilling. Nothing much new with Sprite. Yeah, I mean, like, why does it feel so light? I guess it's not. It's just like built to be light. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I started it up now, put it outside, and then hit the go button in the telemetry program, it would run a flight profile. I don't know what's on it right now. I'd probably want to re-upload the sketch before I do anything, but Joe, I think you're making a liquid engine, and I am extremely anticipating any news. I am sorry to disappoint, and I have a lot of projects going on, some of which you know about and some of which you don't. But I'm sorry to tell you, a liquid engine is not one of them. That is not my cup of tea. Or it is my cup of, I don't know. It's not a thing that I think I would do a good job at. How about that? Why don't we put it that way? All right, if you can see me here, let me just raise this up a little bit more. Let's scoop these veggies in. What is the oldest BPS rocket you still have? The Falcon Heavy is pretty old at this point. Technically speaking, I started assembly in 2017. Echo is pretty old as well. My guess is that you are making a throttling device for Solid Motors. You're right in a way, but not in the way you think. I think the Discord members know what I'm talking about, but that's correct in a way, but probably not in the way you think. Excuse me. All right, let's get these veggies in these pots, these bowls. No leaks. Oh, oof, that's kind of hot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just put a bunch of veggies in each one and We're going to try to do our best to match them. And they're going to kind of go everywhere. You know, we definitely could have cooked these more, but it's kind of whatever. I don't know. It's too late now. It makes it, I tell you what though, it makes it a lot easier to clean the pans if you don't burn the food into it. That's just a fun little tip from your neighborhood Joey B. Don't burn your food into the pan. That makes it difficult to clean off. Okay. Clear a little path there. Oh yeah, the RCS is, I mean, it's functionally dead. It exists, like, you know, I didn't really take anything apart. And it's probably still got one of those stabilization programs loaded onto it right now, but it's all, by the time I was starting to ramp up the RCS stuff, I realized I wanted to do Sprite because I realized I needed to rebuild, you know, from the ground up how I was doing flight software. And so the RCS was a project that was like sacrificed to that. It's also like crazy heavy. And here's the thing, man, like I don't think you can do RCS with no other type of stabilization. I don't think it would really work. So you'd always have fins on it. You wouldn't be able to hear it. It's like Tom Stanton's RCS drone. Like, you wouldn't actually be able to hear it. I'm not sure that as far as cool factor goes, it is pretty cool, but it's not, I don't know. I'm not sure it was worth pursuing. At least at this scale. In high power, it would be cool. Okay. Veggies accomplished. Let's make sure they're all good to put the cap on it. So this is the meal prep, folks. This is what it is. I have all of these meals, and then for the next few days or week or whatever, whenever I want a meal, I can have a meal with a decent, you know, amount of nutrients, a little bit of protein. I could put, like I said earlier, I could put some cheese on it. You could put whatever you want on these things, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at least very full meals of food that we can work with here. And it's a good deal. It's a great thing. Let's hang out a little bit more. Let me pull up. Everyone pull up a stool here. And let's just chill. You, me, and Bo Jarnard. Okay. I'm going to move myself over. Here's Bo, my boy, my son. And that's it. That's the meal prep. I'm not going to eat any of it because I'm not that hungry. I just needed to do meal prep, and so here we are. Looks healthy and delicious. It is. It's a good meal. All right, what other questions do people have? I'm here to chat. If no one has questions, we'll end the stream, but I'm here to chat, so ask any questions, rocketry related or not, and I'll try to answer them. I got plenty of beer left, so. Have I seen Neowise? No, not yet. I've meant to. I haven't seen it yet, though. Okay. T-Rex says, at least take a bite. You can't make food and then not assess the quality. That is an excellent point. I think that person is right. I'm going to eat out of one of the sort of surplus Tupperware here. So, let's get a Brussels sprout. Oh, you know what? These might not have been cooked enough. Yeah. You know what? The veggies could have used 10 more minutes in the oven. Or 375 instead of 350. Maybe 375. I feel like I've done 375 last time and it's just been too hot, so I would maybe go longer. Okay. That's good. But, I mean, all of the other things, the only thing that it's really noticeable in is the Brussels sprout because they're so dense. Trying not to get too many mouth sounds. The pasta's good. The chicken's a little bit hard. I'm still trying to get it right. It's so hard to rival the, I think tenderness is the right word, that you can get with the slow cooker. Because again, that's what I initially did was the slow cooker for the chicken. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get a bite with like multiple things on it here. I initially did the slow cooker for the chicken, and that makes it just fall apart. I mean, it's really nice to do it that way. Yeah. So this is good. The chicken's it's a little overcooked as a treat. But otherwise good. Oh, sorry. Smarter Every Day is also a good channel. Destin has helped me a lot in a lot of ways. Gonna tour Australia. Probably not anytime soon, Eddie. I'm sorry. All right. Video on Kalman filter? Maybe. Maybe not soon, though. Give Bo Jarnard some too. No, dude, we can't hurt Bo. He's such a wonderful little lad. I would never do anything to hurt him. He's been growing these little purple offshoots. I don't know what they are. I'm kind of wondering if he's going to bloom, though. Can succulents bloom? Like, I don't think they can, but he's got these interesting little offshoots. AMG Wagon. Hey, Joe just became a patron. Thank you so much, AMG Wagon. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Thanks for the super chat, JR Craft. It's nice to see you. How long did it take you to make the Ava telemetry? Well, very little time because it's all basically from Sprite. And for Sprite, also very little time. It's not an efficient setup. I just put everything in a string and then serial write it over an XB. Excuse me. And then the ground control software, I have a video about that on the BPS channel, but that was maybe a week and a half of work in processing. Yeah, something like that. How applicable is your degree to your current career? Well, Sean, given that the main reason for the 30-minute delay today was audio, I got to tell you, I'm not sure how applicable it was. Benjamin Gibson says, I do 375 to 400 and then turn them once or twice. Benjamin, I think I used to turn them. And I think that's probably the right move. Okay. How often do you shave? Like once every 2 or 3 days. I don't have a lot of facial hair. Every year I want to do No Shave November. And then every year I get to November 5th or 7th and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. It doesn't look good, man. I can't do it. What drones have you had? I have had briefly a DJI Phantom 3 Standard, I think. It's the one that can't go very far. It can do 2.7K, but it doesn't have light bridge. it's an older it was an older one, and I got it. The range became so limiting that I shipped it back and then replaced it with the slightly nicer model that had Lightbridge, and that was the DJI Phantom 3 Pro, maybe. That was great until I crashed it several times. The final crash was because there was a loose screw that jammed in the motor. I only found this from taking it apart. There was a loose screw that jammed in the motor mid-flight because of a previous crash, and I hadn't cleaned out the loose screws, so the loose screw jammed in the motor mid-flight. The vehicle fell out of the sky. It died. I tried really hard to repair the motherboard, but there's some broken lead on there that won't connect to the battery. So then I gave it to the SEDS team at Tennessee Tech, where Parker goes. And now they have it. And then now I have a DJI Phantom 4 Advanced or Pro. It's whatever the cheapest one is, but I love that thing. Really smooth. I was doing nothing but watching their live stream, and I ended up cooking lasagna because I got hungry. That's great. Love me some lasagna, man. Show off the hat. This is the BPS hat. This is not for sale yet. I have probably about 30 messages from Jared to respond to before this can go on sale. But we're slowly working through the BPS merch. Through the grace of Jared's patience, we are slowly doing that. I also have, this is now up for sale, and it's great. We've got the BPS mug. We got shirts. I have a heat-treated mug, or a dynamic, whatever. It's a mug that when you put something hot in it, the logo, the stuff on it changes. It's not a logo. I won't tell you what it is, but that's the sample of that is coming in the mail. When will you be shipping friendly? Will shipping be friendly on it to Australia? Yes, it will. Does Australia have VAT? That's the primary thing that's like trouble right now, is how to deal with VAT. And I don't actually think it's that much of a problem. I just have to do it. So we know you love As a Treat, but can you hit us with some of your favorite memes? Sure. Oh, and the dog. Right. Don't buy that dog. What are my favorite memes? There's one that my buddy Colin says, which is if you're trying to just acknowledge or say like okay or yes, you say, "Oh, for sure, my dude." It's like for sure, my dude, but you go for sure, my dude, and you do it kind of loud. I don't know. It's hard to think of them off the top of my head. Is there a discount for patrons? There is. You know what? There's a global discount of some percentage. Alpha Omega, if you scroll back, it probably isn't that far. There is a discount for patrons. I don't know the code off the top of my head, although if I did, I wouldn't say it on the stream. Just scroll back. Scroll back a little bit on the patron, or I think you can maybe do a search based on the tags for discount, and that might do it. Did you give up on the just for fun afterburner? Yes, I did. After 2 weeks and inhaling a little bit too much of butane to where once or twice my head felt a little light, I was like, this is not good. It's dangerous for my health, and it's just not worth it. And even if it was a thing that like, even if I had needed the afterburner to get positive thrust, I still would have canceled the project at that point, or I would have modified the project so I didn't have to use an afterburner. Because at the point where you're making a decision between your health and a project, your health should always win. And that is a thing that I sometimes am able to remember and sometimes have trouble remembering. So whenever I can, I like to take advantage of it. Our provider recently partnered with some vendors in New Zealand and Australia. Okay, interesting. Okay, Jared, I can be in the merch chat pretty soon. We can hook this up. Still above 300. That is crazy, man. What, like, I'm glad to have you here, everyone who's watching. But, like, why? What draws you to this event right now? Is it because I'm a pop star? I'm a pop star. It's Joey B. How long do I have to do ASMR before people start leaving? Because I'm a pop star. I'm a pop star, man. Drunk Joey gives away rocket secrets. Yeah, what rocket secrets do you want? I can definitely feel the alcohol. Loose lips, sink ships. Meal prep Joey B gives away rocket secrets. Pop stars gotta dance on stage. I have enough wits about me to not do that. I need the AI. The AI app to do that. Get great background noise for doing work. Okay, that makes sense. Excuse me. I do that with The Office a lot. Joe, I am making a model rocket for the first time without RCS. I apologize. I have everything figured out besides how to ignite it. Wait, without RCS? Maybe you mean TBC. But either way, I have everything figured out besides how to ignite it. Do you have recommendations? It has an E motor. Okay, so Nathan, it depends on the motor you're using. If you're using a black powder motor, think about your propellant basically, what's inside the motor. If it's a black powder motor, gunpowder or whatever you want to call it, any regular fireworks igniter will do. If you search on eBay or any of these sites for fireworks igniter, they're usually orange and they come in packs of 100. You can use the supplied igniters too if it's an Estes motor. Those igniters will work fine, although they're not quite as reliable. And then if it's an APCP motor or ammonium perchlorate, then you have to use a different igniter. It's something that burns a little bit hotter, and it's usually like directly against the grain. And usually that igniter is supplied with the motor. So you can hook that up to a car battery. You can hook that up to any type of high current source. And do not light a fuse. Don't light a fuse. Use remote ignition. Joe, what is the most ITAR restricted thing you can tell us? I don't think I know that much ITAR restricted stuff. Like, it's not really like, I think for me to know ITAR restricted stuff, I would have to work at a company that had lots of existing engineers who had worked in the industry for a while. It's just difficult to know what. I mean, I've learned all of the things I know from being online. So does that mean I'm at fault if I share that stuff? Joe, do you use version control for your coding adventures? Yes, I do. I used to not. And honestly, I kind of miss not using that. Although I will tell you what, version control, especially when you look at the changelog, gives you a crazy amount of confidence in your flight software because you can see exactly what modifications you made between flights. So I'm still trying to figure out how I should notate. What I've been doing is just making one final commit before flight. Basically, how I should notate different software iterations between flight. Like, it's all continuous. I'm not sure how to do that yet. I'm not sure how to do that well yet. Can I add a section of the Discord strictly for the office-related discussions? Let's keep it to off-topic for now, Matt. I'm not entirely opposed to it, though. Is there a reason you don't show the source code? Leave-in, yeah. So there's two reasons. One of them is that I have a fear of running afoul on some type of ITAR or USML thing. That's one of them, and the fines are pretty serious, so you just don't want to mess with that. The other one is that, I mean, BPS has intellectual property. Signal is a commercial product, and there are people who want to compete with it. Most people are just trying to do TVC for fun, but there are a few folks who are doing it to try and make money doing it, so I, as a business, have an incentive to not distribute that kind of thing. Although at this point, like, it would be very hard to... Like, you'd need me to explain everything that's going on in the code. Anyway, there's a couple of reasons. Oh, boy. Oh, the Minotaur launches tomorrow. Shoot, what time is that? I do want to watch that. Isn't it early? Isn't it like in the morning, 9 or something? Yeah, 9 a.m. Opening at 9 a.m. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely watching that. I enjoy the music in your videos. Still planning on releasing it? Yes, I am, Will. I don't know when. I keep saying yes, but I don't know when. A branch for each flight, and you dev on the master. Michael, that's what I was thinking too. I think that might be the right way to do it. Have you ever thought of doing a Signal education kit? So if you mean like Signal but catered toward classrooms, I tried to do that a couple of times. I got in touch with like 3 or 4 universities. No, I mean just teachers, like not the, just teachers at universities who seemed interested, and it just never panned out. Honestly, for like I would target it at control systems class, but the problem is you can way more efficiently experiment with control systems on a UAV, like a Parrot drone or anything like that. I think ultimately, like, there's not a ton to be gained from Signal as an educational product. I thought there would be more, but I think it's wishful thinking. What does the tweet on the plant pot say? The tweet says Bo Jarnard, which is its name. Joey Murphy at TJ Murphy MIT _MIT named it. I sent out a tweet that said I need a name for this plant, and he had the most upvoted one, so he had the most liked one, so I picked it. How do you find launch sites? You go on Google Maps, you look for a big field, you see if it's private or publicly owned. If it's public, cool. Look at your local regulations to see if wherever that field is chill to launch model rockets. Sometimes it's an airfield where it requires a membership to like a model RC club. Sometimes they're not cool with model rockets. Sometimes it's just a soccer field. And then if it's a private landowner, I'm still trying to look for one. It's been difficult to find one. If it's a private landowner, just talk to the landowner. And then make sure you're within the, chill with the airspace and everything. Let's see. Yeah, or you can just go to your local park and fire away. Yeah, Chris, but the problem with that, like, I would be chill with that, except that when you put things on the internet, people find out everything about you. And so if you're wrong on the internet, it's like being wrong 3 or 4 times. What is the highest altitude you've launched to? J.R. Craft, excellent question, as always. Okay, so the highest altitude I've launched to is, I think, 798 meters. Let's call it an even 800. Let's say 800 meters flat. If you look at the Thrusty McThrustface level 2 cert attempt video, that is the highest I've launched to, I think. What is level 1? You know what? Let's just look. Let's just find out. Thrusty level 1. Did I not? Apogee 700 meters. Okay, yeah. So my level 2 went to 800 meters, and hold on. Yeah, the level 2 went to 800 meters, and I got. Can anyone find it? Can anyone just find it and put it in there? It's like halfway through the video where I check the altimeter 1. That's my flight altitude record. And here's the thing. So Jared Base ran CFD on the Sprint rocket, like the full model. We came up through the generous help of the Discord. We came up with the drag coefficient and how to implement it in the simulation. And even with that, I think if I'm careful, I can get it to 900/950. I'm not going to have a camera on board. I'm going to replace the raceway with a piece of white electrical tape. And there's a couple other modifications I need to make. But I think I can break my altitude record with traditional rockets, but do it with a tiny rocket with TVC. I think I can do it. We'll see. All right, maybe I'll stream until I finish this beer. I'm like halfway through. The answers are going to get more and more loose as we go, so people seem to be interested. The viewership is kind of holding. Yeah, let's talk about the 1 kilometer shot. Thanks, Jared. He says it will be sketchy, and he's right. There are 2 portions of flight that I'm worried about. And actually, I'm now only worried about 1 portion of flight. So we cap off. I thought we were going to cap off at like 80 to 100 meters per second. But with drag, excuse me, with drag, we cap off at 60 meters per second max. And more realistically, like 55. I have to look at the sim. And that's totally doable for sprint. What is 55 meters per second? 123 miles an hour. That is a doable value for sprint. I think we can do that. So, okay, no. There are 2 parts of flight that I'm worried about. The first is liftoff. The H-13 punches very hard at liftoff. Easily twice what the G-11 did. And we just need to not go too out of control. And we need to get our alignment really dialed in. It's going to be real sketchy. So that's the first problem. The second problem is more worrying. And I'm still trying to think of how we can do this safely. I think it may require a chute release. So the vehicle almost always comes down naturally unstable. As in, it doesn't nose first It doesn't go totally nose first and then stay locked in there. It flips around a bunch, and that's what we want. Except that I've never flown Ava and no camera. So no camera on the vehicle sets the CG forward a little bit more, and Ava sets the CG forward a little bit more. I've flown Signal with no camera, and that's been okay. But Ava with no camera is a lot more mass in the nose because it's got the GNSS antenna, it's got the heavier nose cone, it's got the telemetry radio, it's got just a larger PCB, all those terminal blocks. I'm a little worried that we're going to get stable on the way down. And if we do that, it's difficult to recover from that without ripping the airframe because we get going really fast, really quickly. So I think the way to do it, well, the motor casing is heavier for H, Michael, but it's not that much heavier. And I just don't know that it's going to be enough to offset. So I think the safe thing to do is to pop everything at apogee, or, give it 100 meters of falling. That's maybe not. maybe we better don't. I think we pop the chutes at apogee, and I think we get my chute release on there. And the worst thing that happens, which I don't think will happen, oh God, that means I have to pack the chute release on the pad. Oh, okay, I can do that. But basically, I'll get the chute release on there, I'll pop the chutes at apogee, and we'll absolutely remain unstable on the way down. We'll just tumble all the parts, then chutes at 700 feet, 500 feet, whatever. And then we'll be done. I think that's how I'll do it. The thing I am most worried about, the two things I'm most worried about are liftoff and parachute deployment. I also think the grass is short enough at the field right now that I can probably stomach it to just put the pad in the middle of the field. Then we don't need a downrange pitch, and we don't have to spend any. We don't have to spend anything going there. Ooh, we could also do live calibration, or like live. Okay, never mind. I gotta stop. Wouldn't the wind drift it away? So not if you don't deploy the chutes, because if you don't deploy the chutes, then it's just going to fall ballistic, right? Like if you don't have anything to slow it down, it falls pretty fast. I mean, I can get that number for you right now. It's going to be too much work. It's on the other account, but oh wait, no, it's here. Here, let me get that number for you. Here is how fast it falls coming in ballistic. Oh, that's a different flight. Okay, when we're coming down, up to 20 meters a second or so, which is pretty fast. Oh, leave-in, that's a good idea too. I could make the software decide on the fly. It seems a little risky. No, that's not good because I'm going to have to... If the software decides, the software can't tell the chute release what it's thinking. So it's either chute release, nothing, and we just hope that we remain unstable. I don't know. How fast is too fast to hit the ground? 4 meters a second? We don't have to fly again. If we get to 1 kilometer, I just want it back. I don't even care if it shreds on the way down. I just want it back. I need the computer, mostly. Everything else can go. I just need that computer back. Anyway. All right, well, the beer's almost done. Can I answer any other questions? We talked about the H13 flight. That's coming up. I don't want to say exactly when yet. I want to keep an eye on the weather. But let's tentatively say roughly a week. Do you think the body tube will hold up? It looks a bit dinged. JR Craft, it is more than a bit dinged. The body tube will definitely hold up on launch. Actually, I know this because I know that it won't hold up on launch because I've been testing the G load. Sprint pulls 4 Gs off the pad, and 4 was enough to slightly slip the nose cone into the airframe. So before launch, I'm going to do a couple of those tests to make sure the airframe is stiff enough up top to withstand that. What do you think of Arca's steam rocket? I think Arca's a joke. I'm not going to pull my punch there. If it survives 1 kilometer, what's next? Parallel boosters? If it survives 1 kilometer, what's next for it is it's going to sit right next to... Well, I don't know. It's just going to sit real pretty in a room, and I don't think that airframe is going to fly again. I'd love to do Sprint Revision 2, where we do boosters, and think about that. Boosters and all sorts of stuff. But the airframe currently is just gross. Yeah, Jared's right. It's a trophy. Hey, Delta. Hey, Cole. Shred it. Let's see. Can I... Oh, I've asked 5 times. Sorry, Daniel. 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 I think that's it. Can I control the thrust of a solid rocket motor by opening up valves on the side and closing the bottom so the thrust goes out evenly up the sides or something? Yes, you can, Daniel, in theory. I think in practice it's going to be difficult to find valves that will fit that bill. If you can find valves that will support that and don't cost a ton of money, go for it. Because you definitely can do that. Would you like to make a rocket that made it over the Kármán line? I would love that. That would be cool. I don't have any plans for it currently. Well, I can't talk about that right now. It's classified. I don't have plans to build one. Yeah, it's classified. Next question. You can figure it out. I don't have plans to build one. No leaks. Beer number 2, and Joey B is leaking. What's the time over there, Joe? It's almost 9 p.m. for me. Excuse me. My goodness. All right, well, folks, I think that's it. If there's no other questions, as your merch and media manager, I request you shush. Have you seen the comment? Not yet, JR Craft. I would like to. I haven't seen it yet, though. Yeah, man. I mean, I think this is probably it for the stream. If you have any, how are you? Ian Ross says. I'm great, Ian. I'm doing really well. I just got my meal prep done, which is great because I get to eat a meal and not have to prep it because it's already prepped, and that's how meal preps works. Is LMR dead? It's been 11 months since the last episode. I think it's dead. I keep thinking I'll make another one, and then I don't. If it's gonna come back, it's gonna come back in like the winter. Right now, I'm kind of, excuse me, all in on launches. Like every day that's nice weather, I feel bad for not launching. So I'm trying to get all that stuff done in the summer so that I can focus on more video content in the winter. Joe, you forgot to put the food away. I'll put it away. I like it to cool down just a little slower, although that's definitely not the food safety recommended practice. So I probably have to do that. I saw you in this month's NAR magazine. JRcraft, I saw that too. I haven't gotten my copy yet. I have to check my mail. You in Nashville? I'm in Huntsville. Howdy, neighbor. Blackout. That's awesome. I love Huntsville. I haven't been there in maybe a year. You have the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. You've just got good rocket vibes down there, man. I would love to go back soon. Can we know when the next video might go up? The impossible, it's it's possible it will go up tomorrow. It depends how much work it is. Maybe tomorrow night or Thursday morning. Excuse me. It is an IPA. This is an IPA. It's 7%. Honestly, it's understandable why I'm leaking after 2 beers, leaking the secrets. All right, folks. Well, listen. Thank you so much for joining me. These streams are ridiculous. It's a really good break for me. I work too hard, and it gets to be unhealthy at times. So, spending time to just hang out and cook is a great vibe for me. And mostly, I wanted to share my little recipe with you, even though it's very basic. It's just a good meal to make sure you're taking care of yourself, and it's really easy to eat healthy if you prep the meals beforehand. So that's what I do. It works very well for me. I don't know why I left this screen with all of the stuff there the whole time, but yeah. Thanks so much for joining me. Oh wow, the beers are getting to me. Thanks so much for joining me today. Oh boy, it's time to get offline. It's time to go to bed. That's all from me for now, and I will see you all probably in the next BPS video in like a day or two, where we talk about Sprint Flight 9, and then in that video I will let you know when Sprint Flight 10 is. It will be live streamed. I will give you the link, and it will be public, and hopefully it doesn't go terribly. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna oh shoot, hold on, I have to make my exit screen. I forgot about this. Hold on. I have to change this to say thanks for watching, but it doesn't say that yet. Hold on. Thanks for watching. There we go. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'll see you all in a day or two. Nope, that's the wrong channel. See ya.